Still here. How can I serve you, my Thane? You lead, I'll follow. Oh.
The research I've done seems to indicate that Skorm Snowstrider left part of his journal here after laying siege. I believe it should indicate how to enter the blocked-off sections of the stronghold. I should warn you, Coralhost is quite haunted, but I'm sure you can handle it. Return to me here once you've obtained the mask.
Wait, it's haunted? I don't like ghosts. Let me think about this for a minute. Wait, who in blazes is this?
Oh, Hold on, I can explain.
Valmor, you rat. You're not a soldier at all. Must be one of the Thalmor.
Never should have come here!
Victory is yours!
Oh.
Damn those Grey Manes to oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks, they'll get what's coming to them.
I'm right behind you. I am sworn to carry your burdens. Lead on.
on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. A united empire is better for everyone.
Need something? The Khajiit hail from a distant land called Elsewhere, bordered on the north by Cyrodiil, and the south by the glistening blue waters of the sea. Elsewhere is an arid land of deserts and rocky canyons, where the sun shines warmly, always. They're a city so ancient, the sands have swallowed them whole. But now I will say no more, for I miss my home greatly. An astute question, for we are far from home, and this is a cold, hard land. The wise trader finds the best opportunities, even if he must travel far to find them. Skyrim is a ripe opportunity indeed. The dragons and the war have scared many other traders away, but for those with courage, there is much profit to be made.
May your road lead you to warm
The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems.
We are still trying to make a living. Come
We are
and see
fortunate.
what is for sale.
We travel
I feel pity for the wind blows with the warm sand and cities and towns. They will be here. I hope that you will come to our business.
Need a trained war dog? Fiercest companion money can buy.
Bit of jewelry for your journey home? Oh, this pendant would look lovely on my sister.
By the Divines, the Forsworn are here in the city.
Everyone, stay back. The Markarth City Guard have this all under control. There are no Forsworn here. Oh, damn. Another body to get rid of.
Gods. A woman attacked right on the streets. Are you alright? Did you see what happened? A Forsworn? Strange.
Damn.
Well, I hope the Eight give you more peace in the future, for what it's worth. Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important. No. I was just getting some fresh air. Had one too many pints of mead at the Silver Blood Inn. All right, then.
Did you see that, madman? A forsworn agent, here in the city. Think he worked down at the smelter. A lot of laborers there are sympathetic to the Forsworn. They promise people they'll kill off all the Nords that rule over the Reach. Nothing but murderers and saboteurs. Did you just see that woman getting attacked in front of us? We're closed. This has ruined my entire day.
By the gods, that man nearly killed me. You saved my life. Thank you. Here. I was gonna bring this to my sister, but I think you should have it. No. I don't have any idea. I was just shopping for a pendant for my sister back in the Imperial City. I've heard of them. Something about the men who live in the hills and attack caravans. I'm sorry. I don't know anymore. I'm just visiting here from Cyrodiil. Good day.
Did you see that, Madman? A forsworn agent. Here in the
He
city.
tried to kill Margaret, right in front of me. No. She's such a nice woman. Comes by every day looking for jewelry for her family in Cyrodiil. Is it because she's a noble? Why would anyone want to kill her? It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I don't think I can bear to sell anything right now. What's happening to this city?
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
Holmes. I said Holmes, you backbiter. Finally. Now get lost.
I tell you, the Dragonborn comes.
Aye, a whole heap of it. You see that temple way up there? All them women keeping to themselves? Won't let poor Degain in, nope. Not even for a look. But they've got a treasure in there. Gold statue size of a child. Who knows what they use it for, but I know what I'll use it for. Well, let's not put it like that. Wouldn't want the Thieves Guild catching wind of us, eh? Nah, just creep in and have a go at taking it out. I'll be here and pay you half of what my man in Riften promised for it. You'll be helping out an old beggar, and the divine smile on that sort of thing.
Don't mind the yelling. My parents are always going at each other. I'm just here to clean up.
You a fighting man? How about a little bet? I'm drunk, and it's been a while since I had a good fight. 100 septum says I can take you, bare-handed. That's the spirit. Let's go.
12 septums on the big one! Fools are actually...
Damn you!
I'm getting out of here. Pray, who are you? Our hero, claims a warrior.
Stand still!
Who are you? This one's a favorite. Legend we all know. This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch victory.
I'll get you!
This one's a favorite of mine. Legend we all know and love.
Stand still! God, no!
Hero, our hero, plays a warrior.
Do your worst! Wait! I can still fight! No. No, I can't. Fair fight. Here you are.
I'm what you'd call a soldier of fortune. Make me an offer, and I just might fight at your side. Watch your back, friend. Better
What
yet,
can an old skull do for you, huh?
Well, you've come to the right place. That's about the truth of it. Write tales about the sights I've seen, the battles I've fought. Earned quite a name for myself when I was younger. The Bard's College still teaches some of my work to their students. Good fighting to you.
Unlike my husband Clapper, I watch after our guests.
My
Just here to
favorite
drink.
drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
Don't get involved in that nonsense. Just want to work. Until next time.
I said
My mother and father yell a lot.
worker helping me.
This is the Silver Blood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself. Ah, Boley finally got someone out here. Well, it's about time. I've been waiting for weeks. Well, thank you for bringing it, I suppose. Have a good day. What? Oh, how could I have possibly forgotten? Your reward, of course. Of course. Here you are. So sorry about that. Got a witch hunter in town from the priesthood of Stendar. Keeps asking questions about that old abandoned house. Did you hear? The Hall of the Dead is closed. Brother Veralis isn't the most popular man in town right now. Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth.
Need something?
Now you just tell me if you need something. I should remind Clapper to clean this place up.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard.
Can't talk. Mullish will beat me if I stop working. He's a damn tyrant, always being goaded by the Silver Bloods to get more work out of us. They pay us next to nothing. We get beaten if we make a mistake. And where are our kind Nord rulers? What are they doing? Typical. You're gonna try to talk sense into that orc? I'll believe it when I see it. Me and Hathrasil mostly. Mullish barks at us all day, but I wouldn't call that honest work. A few people in the Warrens used to work here. Degane broke some bones a while back. Altris quit. Kareen is too sick. We've lost a lot of good people to that damn crusade. Drive out the Nords, they say. Well, the Nord ain't driven out.
Good day.
Can I help you? You're not one of my workers. What are you doing here? You hard of hearing. I run this smelter, and I'm late meeting our silver quota. What do you want? Every other day, seems one of the laborers runs off to the hills saying he'll join the Forsworn. You don't like the Nords? Fine. But pledging your whole life to killing them, that's just dumb. What? Are you telling me how to treat my workers? Do you have any idea how much metal the Silverblood family wants us to smelt? All right. You sound like a damn Legion officer, but I get it. I'll give them a break. This better not hurt our quota. Until next time. oversee Markarth.
I spilled just a bit. I don't believe it. Someone's sticking up for us? Here, it's a week's wages for me, but you've earned every coin. Until next time.
My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? God.
They don't like busy with the smelter. Mullish, big orc fella. Can't miss him. Mm-hmm.
Can't believe I'm posted here. Even the beds are made of stone.
What business do college majors have in a place like Sarthal anyway? It's a place for Nord dead, not your weird experiments.
I need to ask you to stop. No. That shouting... Good. Glad we straightened that out.
It's abandoned, and it's always been abandoned.
Heard about you and your honeyed words.
Bloody enough for you, outsider? Markarth, is it bloody enough for you? Then turn around and go back where you came. City doesn't need you, doesn't want you. Blood and silver are what flows through Markarth. That's the way it is. That's the way it'll stay. It's right there in the name of the most powerful family in Markarth, the Silverbloods. They have a whole mine filled with prisoners that dig up silver ore, get smelted by workers they pay, and they own half the city. I work for them. The inn is named after them. When the guards make an arrest, they check with them first. No, I live in a nice house in solitude, where the air isn't filled with smoke from the silver smelters, and golden-haired girls shine my shield. Been here ever since I left the Bard's College. Turns out a few muscles earn more gold than a damn loot. The Silverbloods pay me, let me crack a few skulls, and keep the guards off my back. That's all I need. Jarl is who you want to talk to. Always coin to be made killing off some Forsworn in the hills. As long as you don't mind going axe to axe with a bunch of Daedra-worshipping savages who practice the dark arts.
Yeah. Excuse me, but do you know anything about this house? Seen anyone enter or leave? I'm with the Vigil of Stendar. We believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship, evil rites and so forth. I was actually just about to head on inside. Be good to have someone watch my back. Follow me, and keep your eyes open. Daedra are powerful creatures and tricksters. Never know what you'll find.
Fresh food. No wood rot on the furniture. Someone's been here. Recently. But the people I asked say no one enters or leaves. Wait, did you hear that?
I think it came this way. That's it. Something's inside the house. Come on, we're getting to the bottom of this.
Come out. We know you're here.
There's another door. See if you can get it open.
Stendar's mercy. This isn't an ordinary Daedra. We have to get help.
Weak. He's weak. You're strong. Crush him.
Well, well. Another maggot squashed me right
Yes. Your reward is waiting for you, mortal. Further down. Yes, further into the bowels.
Huh?
So close, your prize is waiting. Did you think Moleg Bal, the Lord of Domination, would so easily reward you? What do you see from that little cage? Speak! Rusted, dry. There was a time when this mace dripped with the blood of the feeble and the worthless. But a Daedric lord has his enemies, and my rival Boethia had her priest desecrated, left it here to decay, until you came. Revenge? No, I want submission. I want the priest who did this to bend his knee and give me his soul. He comes by to perform Boethia's insulting rites at my altar, but he's been missing, captured and bound, left to rot. Save him. Let him perform his rite one more time. And when he does, we will be waiting for him.
never seen anything quite like that. Prepared to die.
Give her all you still can. Mercy!
You there? Are you here to kill me? Slay the mighty Logrove, while he sits tied and helpless. Rescue? No one knew where I was when I was taken. Who sent you? The Dark Mistress? She sent you? Oh, wait. Mulekbal's altar. Of course. I have to get to Markarth at once. Cut me loose. Oh, freedom. Now get out of my way. I have a task to attend to.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Faithful? I have won this contest before.
Ah, but I have my own champion this time, Logrov.
What? You?
Mortal, I give you my mace in all its rusted spitefulness. Crush the spirit from Logrov's bones. Make him bend to me.
Worst monster. Never should have come here. I'll never
You mortals and your frail, limp, pathetic bodies. Try it again.
You. Hey! No more. No more. I submit, Mulekbal. I submit.
You bend to me?
Yes.
You pledge your soul to me?
Yes.
You forsake the weak and pitiful Boethia?
Yes.
You're mine now, Logrov. Kill him.
Don't kill him. I don't want to die.
The mace of Mulekbal. I give you its true power, mortal. When your enemies lie broken and bloody before you, know that I will be watching. Now, I have a soul in oblivion that needs claiming. Take care of the house while I'm gone.
am I supposed to do? Never leave the house? You want that ending?
You're closing this stall, and that's final.
You want to give up now, out of fear? Is that what we're going to teach our daughter?
Mama, why are you and Papa fighting?
We're not fighting, we're just... Why don't I get you something to eat? Mama and Papa will talk later.
I'm gonna be a silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
My daughter Adara is going to be a fine silversmith when she's older. My family came here centuries ago. We made a good living smithing the silver that flows through the city. But you probably wanted to know about the fancy carvings and stonework, didn't you? Travelers always do. Here, I have a delivery I need to make to Calcimo. Why don't you take it to him? He knows the history of Markarth better than anyone. Thank you. He can be a bit difficult, but I'm sure he'll appreciate your help. Hey, stop by my stall in the market sometime.
You hear all that noise outside?
It's just the market rabble. We should get back to work. You there, if you're here to trade, step up to the counter.
Lisbeth handles the customers. I just check the shipments.
No, I'm not Arnleaf. Yes, I know it's called Arnleaf and Sons. Oh, by the divines, is it that obvious? I swear, if my Gunnar was alive to see me now. This store would finally be on its feet if I hadn't lost my last shipment to the Forsworn attacks. A specially made Dibella statuette. You aren't for hire, are you? A sellsword? I'll pay you if you can recover that statuette from the Forsworn. Thank you. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for you when you return. I inherited the store from my husband. His father was Arnleif. My husband, Gunnar, died about 5 years ago. Forsworn attack. I miss that stubborn oaf. No, as if trade wasn't poor enough. Now there's violence in the streets. It was the Forsworn, wasn't it? I lose dozens of shipments every season to those barbarians. Now they're in the city? God help us. Come back whenever you need something. The selection seems small, but we can provide what... You're not supposed to be here. No, some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Come back whenever you need something.
Outsiders.
Disrespecting Rowan.
What are you hiding, priest?
I'm not hiding anything. It's closed for a reason.
Typical Imperial lies. First, you take away Talos. Now you're keeping us from seeing our honored dead? You and the Jarl will answer for any desecration of my ancestors' bodies.
That's enough, Thongvor. We're done. If it's about the Hall of the Dead, no, you can't go in there. New to Skyrim? I was confused at first, too. The Nords call their mausoleums the Hall of the Dead. It's where people in the city are buried. Fathers, forefathers, mothers, foremothers. Arkay, one of the 8 divines, god of the cycle of birth and death. It is his shrine people pray to when they visit the hall, and his divinity will watch over their ancestors on the way to the next life. I can't talk about it. Rest assured, the Jarl hears everyone's concerns. You will be able to visit the dead again soon. All right. I was going to suggest the Jarl hire someone to sort this mess out anyway. We've discovered that some of the dead have been eaten. Flesh has been chewed off. Bones were snapped to get at the marrow inside. We haven't caught anyone or anything yet. It's like it knows when I'm there. If you can get to the bottom of this, the priesthood of Arkay will reward you. Take my key, and be careful. Tread lightly in the hall. You don't know what's in there.
You here to see the Jarl. No sudden moves, understand?
Not many would walk blindly into a crypt, smelling of steel and blood, but not fear. I feel the hunger inside of you, gnawing at you. You see the dead, and your mouth grows wet. Your stomach growls. It's all right. I will not shun you for what you are. Stay. I will tell you everything you have forgotten. You were young when you first tasted human flesh, weren't you? A brother or sister had died? An accident, of course. Then the hunger set in. Curiosity. What's the harm in just one bite? It's okay now. You found a friend who understands you. You can let go of your guilt. A lot of our kind block out the memory of their first meal. The shame is too much. But you don't need to hide anymore. Namira, the Lady of Decay, accepts you for what you are. She has a place for us where we can sate our appetites without judgment. It's inside Reachcliff Cave, but the dead have stirred from their slumber recently, and I was forced here. Meet me there. We'll fight our way to Namira's embrace together. Until then, tell the people of Markarth that their dead won't be disturbed anymore. We have bigger plans ahead.
You've returned. What happened in the Hall of the Dead? Divines preserve you. You're a hero. We'll reopen the hall right away. Here, take my amulet as a reward.
Arkay protect you.
Old Dwarven city underneath the keep. Nashu and Zed. Best steer clear if you don't want a steam centurion carving you up.
time to end this little game.
Never should have come here.
Found you. I'll kill you if I have to.
What you want?
Huh? Hey, look, a cave. Wonder what's
You've
inside.
come. The Draugr infesting Namira's sanctuary are inside. I was hoping you would say that. Draugr are below, foul tasting. The Shrine of Namira is further inside. Keep going. The shrine is ours again. Now we need to prepare a grand feast to welcome you to Namira's coven. You will have the honor of bringing a fresh kill for the main course, and I know the perfect person. A priest filled with the taste of an easy life. Brother Verilus from Markarth. Give him this gold. Tell him you need Arkay's help exploring an old cavern for treasure. And when he stands in Namira's presence, she will take care of the rest. Say hello to Verilus for me. Many used to come to these caves. The forgotten, the wretched.
No, I'm not Arnleif. Yes, I know it's called... Oh, there it is. This little goldy light is going to keep us afloat for a while. Thank you. Here's something for your hard work. Come back whenever you need something.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some meat.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort they Riften. Might consider joining up with them.
I oversee Markarth Smelter. Worker gets out of line, I get him back in line.
Good to see you again, friend. Can't talk. Malish will beat me if I stop working. I spilled just a bit of Malish picks it out of my hide. Can't you see I'm working? Beat it!
These workers, always complaining, always excuses.
Hail, Summoner. Conjure me up a warm bed.
Good day, friend. Keeping well? You are looking for Arkay's protection while you delve some dank tomb, I take it? My duties keep me busy in Markarth. I don't know if I can help you. Treasure, you say? I suppose the Jarl won't mind if I'm gone for a little while. Lead on.
to come to these caves. The forgotten, the wretched.
Now this is going to be a good feast.
I remember my first feast.
Priest of our
I
dead.
envy you.
I'm your friend.
You're my... friend?
I'm
Yes,
so glad
I'm your
Ayola
friend,
invited
and
you
I've
to dinner.
invited you to dinner.
I've been invited to
That's
dinner.
right. You're the sellsword. Thank you again.
Why don't you
It's
lay
so
down
nice
and
to have
rest
help with my
while
husband
we get
gone.
the meal ready?
Shame what happened to him.
I need to lay down. I'll just be a minute. Ah, the new disciple. I hear you have quite the appetite.
You've brought us quite the meal.
The meal is on Namira's table. Go ahead, carve. He looks so sweet. Go ahead, have the first bite. Mortal, I am Namira, the Lady of Decay. Your consumption of the blood and bile of Arkay's own is pleasing to me. I give you my ring. Wear it, and when you feast on the flesh of the dead, I will grant you my power. Wallow in your wretchedness, my newest champion. I knew when you walked into the Hall of the Dead that you were special. I knew when you walked into... And here you are, champion of Namira, keeper of her ring. You're everything I hoped you'd be. It's an honor, champion. Feel free to stay and mingle with your new coven.
It's an honor, Keeper of the Ring.
You were given Namira's ring? A great honor.
Don't suppose you'd enchant my sword. Dull old blade can barely cut butter.
Look, I'm very busy, so this better be important. What are you doing here? The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards. Magic. That's what they always want. Never history. Never the secrets of the lost races. No, just little spells and enchantments. You idiot! Do you even know who I am? The most recognized scholar on the Dwemer in all of Tamriel. and you people keep bothering me. I'm sorry, I got too excited. I'm in the middle of some very stressful work, and I shouldn't have yelled. How can I help you? Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting to pick that up. Poor Kira. Such a patient woman. Now, you're supposed to get something for your trouble, aren't you? How about some gold? People seem to like that, I notice. Yes, their history and culture is all around us in Markarth. A race of stonecutters, artisans, and engineers. They invented machines and built elaborate underground cities where they researched powers to rival the gods themselves. And then, at a time we are still not sure when, they disappeared. The whole people, all at once, leaving behind only their works. To protect my research, for one. There are more cutthroat scholars out there who would steal my findings if they got the chance. And the excavations into Nichuan are dangerous. Dwemer machines and traps still function, even after thousands of years. Then you were well informed. I am at this very moment on the cusp of completing my magnum opus on the subject. I'm calling it Calcelmo's Guide to the Falmer Tongue. It will revolutionize the way we understand those ancient beings. Preposterous! That research represents years of personal toil in some of the most dangerous Dwemer ruins in Skyrim. You must be mad to think I'd allow anyone to see it before it's completed. While I appreciate the sentiment, I still have to decline. Being an admirer, I'm sure you can appreciate the need to keep my research a secret. Very well. Perhaps when my research is complete, I'll feel more comfortable discussing my findings with you. What is it this time? Persistent, aren't you? Oh, very well. Who am I to stand in the way of curiosity? I'll let you in if you agree to something for me. There's a giant spider in Nichuan. My workers call her Nimi, the poisoned one. If you deal with Nimi, I'll let you into both the excavation site and my Dwemer Museum. What do you say? Enthusiasm. Good. Here's the key to the dig site. I was beginning to lose faith that any help would come. You see, I've been thinking about Feline quite a bit. You know Feline? Well, suffice to say she is resplendent, but not without resolve. Striking in all senses. The trouble is that I can't seem to speak around her. My mouth goes dry, and I start to shake. I could never hope to approach her. That's the trouble. I know Feline from the keep, but I have no idea what sorts of things she likes. It's not a simple matter. I could offend her fairly easily by bringing up the wrong subject. I've seen it happen before. There is one, Ingvar. He's quite popular with the ladies. Thankfully, Feline is not quite his type, but they've been friends for some time, and he may have some ideas. Please, ask him what she likes. It's my only chance.
Blood and silver, friend. Just turn around and leave the city. That's the smart move. What? Why? Are you interested? Ah, a secret admirer, eh? Don't worry, I won't tell a soul. As for what she might like, I didn't tell you this. Feline likes to act tough, but she really has a soft spot for, of all things, poetry. You know, I took some classes at the Bard's College as a youth. Poems come in handy when wooing. There's a poem I once used on an older lady of Rorikstead. I can change it to be about Feline, if you've got some gold. Are you prepared to receive my golden words? Wonderful. I'll write it out so you won't forget it. You should probably just let Feline read it herself. Don't want you stumbling over the words and ruining my flow.
My cousin's out fighting dragons. Staying out of trouble, kinsman.
The Dominion is here, and we're watching you.
What is it?
You! Who are you to approach the Jarl of Markarth? Very well. You may approach the mournful throne, but watch your words. Calcelmo? What about him? Thanguvo? He's an odd little man, always poking around the rooms and wasting time in his museum. Seems friendly enough, obviously intelligent. Why do you ask? Well, aren't you a strange one? As his housecarl, Igmund's security is my chief concern. Pardon me? I'm not sure what this is all about. This is lovely. Calcelmo wrote this? About me? I never knew he had such feeling in him. Clearly, I've never even thought of him in that manner. I wish that I was as skilled with words as he. Here, take in this letter. I may not be as eloquent as he is, but I hope he understands.
You speak to Igmund, son of Orolfdir, Jarl of Markarth. Are you a sellsword? I don't like your kind. No honor, no loyalty, unreliable. But I can't turn away a potential ally in these times. Let's see if you're better than a common mercenary. My scouts have tracked down one of the Forsworn leaders, hiding out in their blood-soaked camps. Deal with them. We will see. I don't know you, and I don't sell what precious property we have to outsiders. But if you're willing to work, and you prove to be reliable, I might deem you worthy to live here. My steward will handle things from there. Yes, I know. We have some advantages if they come here. The city is built into the mountainside, so it's hard to reach into, even from the skies. And everything is made of stone, even the beds. We'll have no trouble from Dragon's Fire here. It all started here, this rebellion. When the Empire lost the Reach during the Great War, we became desperate. We promised a group of Nord militia free worship in exchange for their help retaking the hold. Then the elves found out about it. We were forced to arrest all of them. Ulfric Stormcloak, their leader, used the whole thing as proof that the Empire had abandoned Skyrim. The rebels called it the Markarth Incident. It was the founding day for the Stormcloaks, and where this war really started. My guards told me, poor Margaret, and witnesses report that the attacker was shouting some nonsense about being a Forsworn. I want to make things clear. Markarth has its troubles, but there are no Forsworn in this city. They are only a threat in the hills and along the roads where they live. Everywhere else, we are in control. The White Gold Concordant, our treaty with the elves after the Great War, forbids free worship of Talos. But that's what we promised Ulfric and his men. It seems foolish looking back, but at the time we were hoping the elves wouldn't find out. So when they did find out, it was either we arrest Ulfric and the militia, or enter into yet another war with the Aldmeri Dominion. The choice was clear, and now Ulfric threatens the thinly veiled peace we sacrificed so much for. When the Aldmeri Dominion invaded the Imperial City, the Legion all but turned a blind eye to the other provinces. Many of the disgruntled natives of the Reach used the opportunity to depose the Empire and founded what they called an independent kingdom. It was little more than a chaotic uprising, but the Reach was removed from Imperial authority for 2 years before we reclaimed it. But the leaders of the uprising refused our offers of peace. They fled into the hills and became the Forsworn.
I want no mercy for those Forsworn. Understand?
The Tholmor know how to deal with Talos worshippers.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
I have things to study. What is it? This is more than I could have hoped for. Have you really done this for me? I have to see her. Please excuse me. What? Oh, goodbye. I advise Igmund the same way I advised his father.
It's all right. You don't need to say any more. I had no idea you were so nuanced.
I love you.
So I hear. Come here, you.
Good to see Skyrim still empty. Give an old man.
Still here. I'll head back home if you need me.
The artifacts I've discovered in this one's
You'd think an apprentice could forge a few hinges, not Tacitus. Grew up in a stronghold. Every orc girl tended the forge at some point. But a girl has to grow up, and life in the stronghold asks for a lot in return. So I joined the Legion, mastered my trade there. That's right. An orc stronghold. Kept to ourselves, lived as our ancestors would have wanted. Wasn't enough for me, though. I left. Didn't want to end up as the third wife of some lowly chieftain. There's nothing more I can teach you. Until next time.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
Imagine blowing up an entire town. Damn college. Winterhold will never be the same.
I have things to study. What is it? You have my gratitude. That spider had been interfering with my excavations for months. As promised, here's the key to the Dwemer Museum. Mind the displays. Some of them are quite fragile. Let's see. Ah, so that's what happened to Stubborn. Tragic. But I warned him he was leading those people on a fool's errand. Unfortunately, sometimes the stone of scholarship is built on the foundation of death. I'll inform the kin. Here, I usually pay researchers for their work when they emerge from the ruins, but they won't be needing it anymore. Take a look. What? Oh, goodbye.
Lollygagging. Ah, Lindrel Hall's a fine home if you can afford it. Steward in the kingdom. I used to be an adventurer like you.
The sisters are communing with Dibella. They can't be disturbed. I'm sorry, the Temple of Dibella is closed. You can receive your blessing if you wish, but the other sisters are in seclusion. A heathen. Lovely. Oh, don't put on that angry look. I'm just teasing you. Dibella is the divine of beauty. She is a patron deity to artists and bards and those who seek life's simple pleasures. The temple offers her blessings to pilgrims, and instruction in enjoying all life has to offer. Well, you are lovely to look at, and there's so many things I could teach you, but I'm afraid the temple isn't taking in new students. Dibella's blessing to you.
Dibella, guide us. Lead us to your Sibyl.
I'm sorry, the Temple of Dibella is closed. You can receive your blessing if you wish, but the other sisters are in seclusion.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean room.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead. What is there to know? It's in the temple, you bring it out. You bring it to me, I pay you. Now get moving. Give it to me quickly, before they see us together. You've riled up the priestesses, and the guards don't take kindly to that. Here's your share. Nicely done.
Travel southeast and you'll find an orc stronghold. Up around the old Dashnik Orichalcum mine.
I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems, but after that attack in the market, I'm running out of time. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do. You want answers? Well, so do I. So does everyone in the city. A man goes crazy in the market. Everyone knows he's a forsworn agent. Guards do nothing. Nothing but clean up the mess. This has been going on for years, and all I've been able to find is murder and blood. I need help. Please, you find out why that woman was attacked, who's behind Wayland and the Forsworn, and I'll pay you for any information you bring me. She's not from Markarth. The air about her screamed outsider. Visitors to the city usually stay at the Silverblood Inn. He was one of the smelter workers. I used to have a job down there myself, casting silver ingots. I never knew much about Wayland, except he lives in the Warrens, like all the other workers. They're remnants of the old rulers of Markarth, natives of the Reach, followers of the old ways. The Nords drove them out of the city, Ulfric Stormcloak and his men. That was about 20 years ago. But somehow they're still here, and they're killing people. Yes, it all started when I was a boy. My father owned one of the mines, rare for anyone who isn't a Nord. He was killed. Guards said it was just a madman, but everyone knew the murderer was a member of the Forsworn. I've been trying to find out why ever since. Gotten nowhere so far. And then I got married. Have a child of my own on the way. I swore I was going to just give up for my child's sake, but it's like my father's ghost is haunting me, asking me why.
Be careful who you talk to.
Let me guess. You need a drink. It's the Silverblood Inn you're looking for.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms. Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
I'm just here to clean up.
There's no shipments coming in, so
Oh,
I
it's
do
you.
nothing.
The one from the market. Not much. One moment I was buying a necklace and the rest is just a blur. No. I was just buying jewelry for my sister in Cyrodiil. I've never even seen that man before. Just visiting. I had some business here, that's all. Was it that obvious? Damn. I must be losing my touch. I'm one of General Tullius's agents. I was sent to investigate the Treasury House and the Silverblood family. They own Sidna Mine, one of the toughest jails in Skyrim. I was hoping I could buy or steal the deed, but I don't think that's how things work here. Mark my words. Thonar Silverblood was behind that attack in the market. Somehow.
I'm what you'd call a soldier of fortune. Make me an offer.
My father is more generous than he lets on. Gives me plenty of spending money.
You. I've seen you snooping around, asking questions. Back off. You don't want to know what happens to troublemakers here.
The bloodiest beef in the region.
Funny. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
The finest jewelry in all of Markarth.
What is it? Dragons?
The Treasury House is really just for patrons of the Silverblood family. You don't belong here. I'm sorry. We're only interested in helping our patrons. It's an old family, very well respected throughout the Reach. The Silverbloods run nearly all the lands in this hold, as well as the local inn. And of course they owned Sidna Mine, the finest prison and source of silver in Skyrim. You want Thonar Silverblood. He handles all the family business. If you're here to talk politics, though, you'd want his brother, Thongvor. He spends most of his time in Understone Keep. For one, the landowners of the Reach. It goes without saying that they rely heavily on us for our silver and support. All the miners, farmers, and laborers in the Reach get their daily wages through us. Nepos the Nose handles that part of our business. He has a way with the workers. I'm afraid he's asked not to be disturbed. He has important business. Oh, I'm sorry to keep you. Head right in. I have records I need to tend to.
You just let old Nana know if you need anything. All right, dear?
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors. What did you expect? That no one was going to notice you butting into business that wasn't yours? The guards know who holds the purse strings in this city, and I don't like snoops. Markarth is my city. You have no right looking into my business. Now get out. What? By the gods, that's...
Finish this! No more! I yield!
Oh
Leave
well.
out, I guess.
My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside. No, you're not. You want to know what the Forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna Mine. He was supposed to keep them under control. Madanach, the king in rags. While we were off fighting the elves in the Great War, Madanach was busy ruling over the Reach. Until Ulfric came and put them down. My prison. The source of half the silver in Skyrim. The most secure prison in Tamriel. No one escapes. I thought keeping Madanach down there would keep him under control. When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanach brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control. You already got what you wanted, you damn hound. This is your fault. You and Madanach are animals, and I'll see you both rot to death in Sidna Mine for this. Now get out of my house.
Blood and silver, friend. Blood and silver.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something.
The Warrens isn't a place for your type. What do you want? Oh yes. I know everyone who sleeps in the Warrens. Kind of the one who passes the keys around. I guess someone else will be taking his room now. Sorry, but you don't exactly belong here. Trust is hard to come by here. But all right.
It's where you go when you can't afford a room anywhere else. About the time they opened the mines, someone got the idea to throw beds in here. Laborers, the sick, the lame, we're all here. That's right. Welcome to Markarth, traveler. Thank the Divines you can choose to live somewhere else. You've already learned all I can teach you. Uh-huh.
You don't want to be here. No one wants to.
Warrens ain't for you. Trust me.
You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson. Someone who doesn't like you asking questions. Come on, let's see what you're made of. Do your work. Piece of pit bait. I was sent by Nepos the Nose. The old man hands out the orders. He told me to make sure you didn't get in the way. That's all I know, I swear.
What is it? Dragons?
Tacitus, what is this?
A nail?
Is that what you call it? In the Legion, we would have called it useless. Look how brittle the metal is.
I'm sorry. I just, well, the forge gets so hot and I thought...
You thought what? You would skip a step? Not heat the metal all the way through? Jesus. Now do it again. Need a new blade? Tacitus? Boy's an Imperial. I keep showing him how to treat the iron, but he never gets it. And the Legion? The Imperial smiths used to read books when they couldn't set their hammers straight. Wisdom of the old, I guess. If you find a book called The Last Scabbard of Akros, would you bring it to me? Tacitus sure isn't learning by example. Thanks.
Let me know if you need something forged.
Excuse me. What's your business here? If you must know, I'm the maid. And the master of the house is old and needs his rest. So if you don't have any business, leave.
Wait. It's okay, my dear. Send him in.
Yes, Nepos. You heard him. Go on in.
I'm sorry about my housekeeper. She's a little protective of me. Now, what is it you want? Ah, yes. You've proven to be a real bloodhound. Well, you've sniffed me out. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, sending the young to their deaths, all in the name of the Forsworn. And I'm tired. So tired. My king, Markarth, when the uprising fell at the hands of the Nords, they threw him in the mines. I don't know how, but he lives. I get his messages, and I hand out his orders without question. He is the king in rags, a man who once held all the Reach within his grip. He stokes the passions of the downtrodden in this city, directs them to kill the enemies of the Forsworn in our name. All from inside Sidna Mine, a Nord prison. The irony is quite thick. Markarth and the Reach are our lands. That is why we are the Forsworn. We cannot claim the home that is rightly ours. But then, during their war with the Elves, we had our moment. We drove the Nords out of the Reach in a great uprising. Then Ulfric and his men came. Those of us who didn't run were executed, except for myself, my king, and a handful of others. My dear boy, what makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You were seen coming in. The girl at the door is a Forsworn agent masquerading as a maid. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. You won't be the last. I'm sorry.
Never should have come here.
But you're not leaving alive.
We warned you, but you just had to go and cause trouble. Now we have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work. You think you're the only one who knows that? We had a nice little deal going between Dwemer and Markarth until you showed up. You'll have plenty of time to take it up with the King in Rags while you're serving a life sentence in Sidna Mine. You'll never see the sun again. You hear me? No one escapes Sidna Mine. No one.
All right, prisoner. Eyes front. You're in Sidna Mine now, and we expect you to earn your keep. There's no resting your hide in a cell in this prison. Here you work. You'll mine ore until you start throwing up silver bars. You got it? You won't. The Jarl has ordered a life sentence for you. Get comfortable in the dark, because you'll never see the sun again. All right, open her up. Now you, get down there.
What are you in for, new blood? Violent one, huh? Best keep that to yourself, new blood. Others find out, they'll consider that a challenge. My advice? Serve your time at the pickaxe and get out. You don't want to end up getting a shiv in the guts over a bottle of skooma. Small blade, easy to hide. I mean, sure, you could just swing a pickaxe into someone's face, but people tend to see that coming. Got a problem with a prisoner? Get a shiv. Here Grisvar has a spare, if you could get him to part with it. If you're asking, that means you're the new lifer. Tough luck, friend. Those guards sold you out, but good. No one talks to Madanach, I'm afraid. Not without getting past Borkul the Beast. And you don't want to talk to Borkul the Beast. Madanach's guard. Big, even for an orc. Heard he ripped a man's arm off and beat him to death with it. He's old-fashioned like that. A Nord nobleman I served was stabbed in the night. Wasn't me, but I knew I'd be blamed. So I ran, joined the Forsworn, started killing, got caught. Now I'm here. They come in here once a week to clean out the bodies, grab any ore we've mined, and beat down the troublemakers. That's the only time when we get food, too. And if there's not enough ore mined up, we don't get any. Bottles of moon sugar. Khajiit use it as a pick-me-up. Good way to pass the time. Prisoners smuggle the stuff in. Only currency we have down here. Because life was better under the old ways. No Nords and their laws. One day the Forsworn will paint the walls of Markarth in your kinsman's blood. Best you not be there on that day, Nord. All right then.
Aren't you embarrassed? Jarl decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn. The first time, thieving. The second time, thieving. The third time, thieving. It kinda keeps going like that. First it was 6 months, then a year, then 2 years. Now I'm in for life. Ah, you want protection? I can get you what you need. Maybe you could do something for me first. Duak has a bottle of skooma, finest distilled moon sugar. I'm shaking just thinking about it. Thank you, friend. Don't worry. I'll have that shiv ready for you. Uh-huh.
Other prisoners get suspicious when we talk to each other, so keep it down. I'm a Forsworn. One of our raids went bad and I got captured. Would have been fine dying for the Reach with my kinsmen, but the Silver Bloods want their ore mine, so they threw me in here. Year 7, I think. Surprised I haven't cut my own throat out by now, but something keeps me going. You give me one more look, and I cut you open. That skooma's mine. Getting the shakes, huh? All right, take it. Old gods keep you.
Mm-hmm.
Jarl decided I was too... Here's your ship. Promise you won't ever use it on me, okay? All right. Then...
I left behind my daughter, Uale, when I was taken.
The new meat. So soft, tender. What was it like killing your first one, huh? A true killer like me. The gods put us here to fill their halls with souls. You'll fit in fine down here. Murder, banditry, assault, theft, and lollygagging. Guards brought me in about 12 years ago. Was running a good group of bandits up until then. But these Forsworn, they're nothing like the men I cobbled together. They're real killers. You want to talk to the king in rags? Fine. But first you gotta pay the toll. How about you get me a shiv? Not that I need one, but it's nice to have one in case I need to do some shaving. Fine. Go on in. But don't try anything in there. Markarth knows more than you think. Fight well.
Well, well, look at you. Your kinsmen have turned you into an animal, Nord. A wild beast caged up and left to go mad. Well, well, look at you. Your kinsmen... So, my fellow beast, what do you want? Answers about the Forsworn? Revenge for trying to have you killed? Your freedom? Yes, but even if you were to escape Sidna Mine, your name would still be stained with all that blood. You're one of us now, you see? A slave. The boot of your kinsman stepping on your throat. Maybe if you understood that, I could help you. There's a man named Breg inside these mines. Besides me, he's been here the longest. Tell him I sent you. Ask him why he's here. I want you to know how widespread the injustice of Markarth is. I had Markarth. My men and I drove the Nords out. We had won. So we thought. Retribution was swift. I was captured, quickly tried, and sentenced to death. But my execution never came. Dhonar's Silverblood stopped it. He wanted the Forsworn at his call, that I would point their rage at his enemies and spare his allies. And I have. Humiliating at first, but I knew he would let his guard down eventually, that he would come to trust I was under control. This was our land. We were here first. Then the Nords came and put chains on us, forbid us from worshipping our gods. Some of us refused to bow. We knew the old ways would lead us back to having a kingdom of our own. That is who we are. The Forsworn. Criminals in our own lands, and we will cut a bloody hole into the Reach until we are free. Remember, it was the Nords who locked you up.
I left behind my daughter, Uale, when I was taken.
Don't reach for a shiv around me or we'll both regret it. What do you want? Of digging to do? Long enough. My story, huh? Everyone in Sidna Mine has a tale. Let's hear yours first. When was the first time you felt chains around your wrists? So you know what it's like to have your life in someone else's hands. Why should they get to decide? Isn't judgment for the gods? Do you have any family? Anyone waiting for you on the outside? I had a daughter once. She'd be 23 this year. Married to some hot-headed silver worker, or maybe on her own, learning the herb trade. The Nords didn't care who was and who wasn't involved in the Forsworn uprising. I had spoken to Madanak once. That was enough. But my little Aethra didn't want to see her papa leave her. She pleaded to the Jarl to take her instead. And after they made me watch as her head rolled off the block, they threw me in here anyway to dig up their silver. My daughter is the one who needs your pity. I'm just a poor Forsworn whose only regret is not killing more Nords before I was locked up. I'm not Madanak. I was never a leader of the Forsworn. The only anger I can justify is my own. But every family in the Reach has a story like mine. There are no innocent onlookers in this struggle, just the guilty and the dead. All right, then.
Jarl decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn.
You serve your time by digging, so dig.
You're a slave, just like us. Yeah, imagine hearing a story like that over and over. Each time a different family, each time a different injustice. Your meddling above ground reminded me of how removed I've been from the struggle. My men and I should be in the hills, fighting. Yes, but I need a show of loyalty from you. I don't need a shiv in the back while we break out. Have you met Grisvar the Unlucky? He's rightly named, and he's also a thief and a snitch. He's outlived his minor usefulness. Take care of him, and then we can leave Sidna Mine for good. Remember, it was the Nords who locked you up.
I got locked up one too many times. Now I'm in for life. What? No! No, don't kill me! Please! This is highly overrated! Oh!
I left behind my daughter, Uale, when I was taken.
You're back! You've finally become one of us. Come with me. I think it's time I announced my plans to you and your new brothers.
What's going on, Madanak? You wouldn't have old Grisvar killed unless you weren't planning on needing him.
My brothers, we have been here long enough. It's time to leave Sidna Mine and continue our fight against the Nords. Through this gate, just beside my quarters, is a tunnel. A tunnel that leads right through the old dwarven ruins of Markarth, into the city. Well, what do you say, my brothers?
The Reach belongs to the Forsworn!
I say you've earned an early pardon. Let's go. It's a little gift from the dwarves. Who knew they would end up helping our cause? We have to move. We'll talk more once we see the sky. was that? Good work. Get ready while I have a word with our favorite outsider.
It wasn't easy getting...
I had Kai recover all the things the Nords stole from you. You better get ready before we break out into the city. And take this. It's blessed with the old magics. Something to remember me by. Now, I announce to all of Markarth that I have returned. Don't worry about your name. They'll know who to blame and fear after today. It'll take years, but I'll organize the Forsworn again. We'll reclaim our land, and then when power is ours, we'll have peace. A kingdom. Until then, let me offer you a warning. Beware the Forsworn. No place in the Reach is safe from us now. What do you think you're doing? No! We're routed! I'll You won't even live to regret this!
Go cast your fancy magic sub... TES.
My eyes inside Sidna Mine tell me that Madanach is dead. You've done a great service to the Silver Blood family. I've had the Jarl officially pardon you and take care of a few other loose ends. Yes, you're innocent. As innocent as anyone can be in this city. I guess we also owe you something for locking you up. Here, my family's ring, and everything the guards confiscated from you. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a mine that needs new workers to fill it.
I'm Bothella's assistant. She's the one you should talk to if you need an herb or a potion.
The Hag's Cure is here for all your discreet needs. I have potions for disease, love sickness, irritating children. Only that they break an old woman's heart. So many friends, so many kin, all lost trying to rebuild a past that was over long ago. Comes with living to a ripe old age. People start thinking there's something magical about you. Then, the insults. Still, a little knowledge of plants and potions can get you by. Not that anyone likes to admit buying things from you. See? I even have a little potion for the steward. Mind handing it over to him? Just say it should solve that problem he has. Thank you. So, you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Now, you let me know if... need a cure or anything else.